Hello everyone. In this video, we'll talk about dates, how to find the number of days between two dates, how to find the number of working days between 2 days, and how to find the number of working days excluding the holidays. So, when you're working in an office or you're in school, you might need to find the number of days between two particular dates. For example, in this particular data set, I have 2 dates, that is the start date and the end date. Let us consider these are different projects. So for each project, the project started on this particular date and it was end on this particular date. So the manager asked you to find the number of days between these two dates. Simple, just the number of days between two dates. Now, in earlier versions of the Excel, we used to have something called dated if, that is equal to dated if, and we'll declare the starting date and the end date. But now we do not want to use that function because we can just simply subtract one date from another. Let's see how we do that. Now remember, this is just the regular number of days. There is no working days or holidays or anything being discussed here, just the number of days in this particular formula. We'll type in is equal to, and let's select the end date, that is the last date here. I've selected the cell containing that particular date. Let me put subtract symbol, that is a minus, and I'll select the start date here. So the formula is end date minus start date. And let me click enter here. See, 4206 is the number of days between this date and that date. Now, let me apply this formula to everything by just double clicking on the right bottom corner of the cell. See, it is done. Now, let's make it a little more complex. Now, your manager is asking you, he or she wants only the number of working days because Sunday and Saturday is not really their concerns. So, they want the number of working days between this date and this date. For that, let us start writing is equal to net work days. So network days is a function that will return the number of all working days between two dates. So let me double click on network days and select it. See, now the arguments are, it wants the start date. So let's select start date here and put a comma, and let's select end date. So that is end date. And now they are asking for holidays. Do we have any particular holidays? But it is completely an optional argument here, so let's not care about it right now. I'll close the bracket or the parenthesis and click enter. See, 3000 is the number of working days between this days and this days. So the difference is that around 1000 holidays or 1000 weekends were there between these two dates. 10, 12 years. So it is possible to have 1000 Saturdays and Sundays, right? Now, let me fill this data till the bottom of the list. Done. Now, what if your manager is asking you to get the data of number of working days, but they want to exclude some of the holidays? For example, you had Christmas holiday or you had a company off for all the employees, but it was not on Saturday or Sunday. So you want those things to be excluded from it. So let's see how we can do it. We'll type in the same function, that is equal to net work days. We'll select that and we'll give the start date here as usual, and we'll give the end date, and there is something called the holidays. Now, for the holidays, we'll select the range of date where it has the data of holidays. If you see here, I have the dates which were holidays. So I'll drag and select that particular range, and then I can close the parenthesis or the bracket and click enter. See, so almost there were 6 holidays between these two dates which I have already declared here. So the number of working days excluding the holidays is here. Let me double click and apply the formula to all the data. Done. Now, I'll tell you how to find the number of working days excluding the holidays, but with a little twist. So for different companies, they'll have different days as the weekend, right? For my company, Saturday and Sunday is the weekend. For your company, it might be Monday and Tuesday, maybe only Sunday or only Friday. It is very different for each of us, right? Now, I can't just assume that 2 days every week is a weekend. No, maybe the start date is a Sunday, and if we start counting Sunday as a weekend, then one day is reduced from there. So the day which you have as a weekend is very important when you find the data. So let's write here another function is equal to network.intl, that is this function. So it will return the number of all working days between two dates with custom weekend parameters. Let's see what it is. Let's double click and select it, and as usual let's select the start date, comma, the end date, and now let's put comma, and there is a suggestion menu here, that is what is our weekend. Is it Saturday Sunday, is it Sunday Monday, Monday Tuesday, Tuesday Wednesday, Wednesday Thursday, Thursday Friday, Friday Saturday. And it has also options for people who has only one weekend every week. That sucks to be them, right? So that is Sunday only, Monday only, Tuesday only, Wednesday only, Thursday only, Friday only, and Saturday only. Let's select Tuesday only here, and let's put a comma, and if you want to select holidays you can select the holidays in range, but holidays is completely optional here. If you don't want to put holidays, just don't put anything there. Let's close the parenthesis here and click on enter. See, this is the number of working days excluding Tuesday as a weekend and holidays from here. If you look at here, the number of working days and the number of working days we found here are very different. Around 600 new days have been added in. Why? Because on a regular function, if you are not declaring which particular days are the weekends for us, it will just assume that Saturday and Sunday is the weekend. Now, here we said that only Tuesday is a weekend, so only one weekend per week for almost 10 years in this example. That's why there is about 600 extra working days for this person. Let's double click and apply the formulas all over here. Now, I'm sure that you guys are wondering what is this green color around here. The reason is that we used the argument holidays and we selected this particular range. Now, in this particular range, and when we are considering the start date and end date, if any of the value is not inside these two dates, so Excel will assume that that date can be excluded from the range of the holidays we have provided. Or it can also happen if you are not selecting the complete range. For example, you select it till here only, Excel will try to warn you that there is some still pending data below that particular range you have selected. Now, this is all about finding the days between two days, finding the working days between two dates, and finding the number of working days excluding the holidays between two dates. I hope this video was clear and you guys understood how to find all the number of days between two particular dates.